What I want you to know is inner growth isn't something you learn. It's something you slowly become willing to face your vulnerability, willing to let go of the pressure to be perfect. It's a shift from asking, why am I still like this, to gently saying, it's okay, I'm taking my time. The core message of this card is clear. Don't suppress it anymore. Don't doubt yourself. Every emotion, every intuition, every past wound and buried desires is actually a map pointing you back to your real power. In this space where deep purple meets purple, we don't just learn to observe ourselves, we learn to embrace ourselves with softness and unwavering strength. Yoo-hoo! Welcome to Galaxy Manifesto. This is Yvonne. On the journey of learning love and wisdom, we're never alone. If you are just stepping into this space, welcome. This is a channel where we use the language of color to begin an inner journey, awaken our sixth sense, explore the subconscious, and walk toward healing and more joyful life. It's already the second weekend of June. Is the sunshine just right where you are too? Can you smell a hint of flowers in the air? The days are getting longer, and the evening breeze is coming softer and more gentle. This time of year isn't just about the earth coming into full bloom. It's also a moment when something deep within us begins to shift, slowly and quietly. It's the kind of season that makes you want to slow down and truly listen to your own heart. Maybe lately you have been feeling a little off emotionally but can't quite explain why. Or maybe some old patterns or questions have started surfacing again. That's fine. This is a safe space where we can breathe together and gently open up our inner world without pressure or judgment. In many places, this week is also just before Father's Day. Wherever you are, let's take this moment in this vibrant season to hold space for the part of you that simply wants to be seen, to be supported. Through colors and subconscious explorations, we will take a gentle journey inward toward understanding and healing. Friendly reminder, if you prefer to skip the meditation and go straight to today's topic, you can use the timestamp in the video description and jump directly to the main content.
Now I invite you to find a space where you can be completely quiet and alone. You may choose to sit down or lie down. Allow yourself to fully relax and feel at ease in your surroundings. Gently close your eyes. Now I want you to turn into yourself. Listen to the vibrations of the singing bowl in this moment. Let its frequency pass through the air, slowly wrapping around your body. Let's begin by focusing on your breath. Slowly exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. If you notice thoughts arising in your mind, that's okay. It's normal. There's no need to push them away. Simply and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now, as you exhale, try to imagine that all your worries and negative emotions are like a cloud of gray black smoke slowly being released with each breath out. Exhale, inhale. Let go of everything that no longer serves you, everything that no longer belongs to you. Release it completely with your breath. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. If some emotions feels especially heavy, that's okay. There's no need to rush or force them out all at once. Just release a little more with each exhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep breathing this way, feeling your breath becoming lighter and slower. Your body seems to merge with the air around you, as if you can no longer tell whether you are breathing or if the world is breathing through you. Exhale, inhale.
When you are ready, gently move your fingers and toes, keeping your eyes closed. With this deep sense of calm, ask yourself the first questions. What color is my feeling right now? Once you receive your answer, ask yourself the second question. What color is my emotion right now? As you ask these questions, shift your perspective upward to your third eye and observe what color you sense in this moment. After receiving answers to these two questions, I recommend writing them down as a record for future references and analysis. If you don't see or sense any colors in your initial color perception practice, that's completely okay. Instead, try silently repeating the name of colors in your mind. Red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple, black, and white. Let each color pass through your visual awareness one by one until you feel that a particular color truly represents your current state. Color perception exercises are closely related to strengthening our sixth sense. I encourage you to learn to trust your intuition. Most of the time, the first image or idea that comes to mind without overthinking is your most honest inner voice. Just stay open and optimistic as you explore your own sensory experience. There's no right or wrong here, only discovery. This unique color perception method that I have developed is designed to enhance our intuitive spiritual connection with colors. This process focuses on strengthening our sixth sense, using intuition to perceive the colors associated with our current physical and emotional state. Through this practice, we can gain deeper insight into our subconscious mind. In the upcoming videos, I will analyze different color combinations presented in the form of cards. Together, we will explore how to perceive and interpret emotions through colors, and I will provide corresponding explanation to help us better understand our inner subconscious. Today, we are going to explore the energetic landscape of the color combination deep purple on top, purple on the bottom. Imagine this scene. Above your head stretched a dark indigo purple night sky, calm, still almost ink-like in its depth. Beneath your feet, a gentle layer of violet mist rises slowly, glowing softly like a dream lifting itself from the horizon. This color pair doesn't shout out for attention. It doesn't demand your gaze. But when your thoughts slow down and your emotions begin to settle, it speaks. Not in words, but in symbols through your subconscious. Through the feelings you have never fully expressed, but have always quietly felt. In the realm of mysticism and symbolic psychology, this color pairing corresponds to two key archetypes, the reverse high priestess in tarot and the moon in astrology. The moon governs our emotional life and our inner world. It represents the most tender parts of us, our needs for safety, our patterns of attachment, our childhood memories, and the strange piece of our dreams that defy logic but feel utterly real. On the other hand, the reverse high priestess reminds us of those times when we have disconnected from our intuition. Times we have grown too used to suppressing our feelings, doubting ourselves, or overthinking everything until our inner voice becomes quiet and then distant. This color pairing is like a mirror held up to the subconscious. It doesn't show the version of you that you present to others. It reflects to how you see your own inner world. In the rest of this video, we will explore this color combination through 10 core meanings, from positive emotional imprint to the memories of happiness and trauma, from how it shapes your values, your personality, and your creativity, to how it connects to collective culture memory. You don't have to absorb it all at once. Just let these words wash over you like a whisper in the night, soft, unhurried, gently settling in your heart. Because sometimes awakening doesn't arrive in a thunderclap. It comes in a quiet moment when you suddenly feel something new about an old pattern or realize the things you have been trying to fix was really just a doorway into your own emotional depth and richness. Let this be your entry point into the inner landscape. Bring a little curiosity, a little calm, and a willingness to listen to your own heart. Together, let's journey through the 10 core meaning of deep purple on top, purple on bottom color combination card. The color combination of deep purple on top, purple on bottom symbolizes a journey of transformation, from deep inner reflection to spiritual awakening. It carries with it a beautiful emotional imprint filled with serenity, contemplation, and soul-level growth. This color pairing is about slowly distilling your own wisdom and strength from your inner shadow. It invites you to rediscover your curiosity about the unknown, to trust your intuition, and to reconnect with your emotions, so you can find strength not in control, but in understanding. There's a kind of purple that doesn't rush toward you, but quietly walks around you when you slow down. It's not the flashy or dramatic kind of purple. It's more like the color of the sky just after sunset, calm, deep, and still, like the feeling of sinking into the couch after a long, tiring day with first real exhale. That's the language of the deep purple over purple. In color psychology, this combination symbolizes a journey inward, a descent into your depth that eventually leads to spiritual awakening. Deep purple on top feels like the sky of your soul, holding all your hidden emotions, the thoughts you never said out loud, and even the brave moments you didn't realize were brave at the time. It's not darkness. It's a spacious kind of quiet that makes room for your dreams, your reflections, and your emotional depth. Purple on the bottom feels like a gentle invitation from the spiritual world, carrying a touch of mystery and grace. It tells you, you can start trusting your intuition. You can start embracing the part of you that's raw and real. This purple holds your emotional wave like a cushion, steady and supported. It is the kind of present that reminds you of those weird, wordless moments when someone just gets you. No words, just understanding. This color pairing can stir a very particular memory in your subconscious, a moment where you felt quietly but surely, I'm seen, I'm wise. Not in a loud performative way, but in that deep grounded way that stays with you. We all carry emotional imprints like that. Maybe it was a quiet night when you were writing, painting, or just stargazing alone in your room. You weren't lonely. You weren't overwhelmed. You were simply with yourself, and it felt whole. You might not remember the exact scene, but your subconscious does. And the next time you pass through a quiet forest trail or see a familiar hue of purple, you will feel it again. That gentle nudge saying, hey, remember this part of you? The peaceful one. You have been here before. Our friend Moline once shared that his safest memory was from a rainy day in high school. He was sitting alone by the window behind the library, doing absolutely nothing and just watching the rain. He said the sky was deep purple that day. He didn't know why, but he felt an unexplainable calm. Night for once. The world didn't need him to explain anything. That's the magic of the subconscious. That afternoon wasn't loud or life-changing. No one said anything, but that color, that stillness, tucked itself into his memory like a quiet hug and stayed there. That's the energy of deep purple over purple. It doesn't make a scene, but it sits with you. It helps you gather the pieces of yourself that make you stronger, and in gentle return to you the feeling you may have left behind. It's not about escaping life. It's about reminding you that inside you there's a place that is always steady, always warm, a place you can return and rest. If you are in a rough patch right now, maybe this color is whispering to you, don't rush, come back to yourself, and be still. You are not lost. You're just reconnecting, and that's the beautiful emotional imprint it leaves in your subconscious. It's deep, wise, and quietly present. Now let's talk about the emotional imprint that can be improved. The color card combination of deep purple on top and purple on the bottom often reflects a sense of inner repression, isolation, and confusion lingering in the subconscious. When deep emotions or spiritual exploration become unbalanced, they can stir up fear of the unknown, self-doubt, or emotional shutdown, leading to a heavier sense of loneliness and psychological stress. This color structure reflects a state where we may feel trapped in our own emotional world, unable to release or express what's really inside. It often awakens memory tied to feelings of pressure, grief, or unease around the mysterious and the unknown. And if we never learn how to acknowledge and integrate those feelings, they can manifest as anxiety, emotional suppression, or even a tendency to withdraw from reality. Sometimes we know we have so much to say, so many feelings to release, but the words just don't come out. Not because we don't want to speak, but because we have simply grown used to being quiet, used to hidden stress behind a smile. That's what deep purple over purple feels like. Deep purple is like a well at the bottom of your heart, holding years of unspoken emotions, unacknowledged pain, and a silent strength that whispers, it's okay, I will carry this on my own. And purple, it's more gentle, more open, and it's the part of us that wants to express, that wants to be seen, but is also afraid to getting too close. This combination often shows up in our subconscious as a symbol of stuck or blocked emotional experience. Maybe you once tried to open up to someone who didn't really see you, or maybe you trusted fully and end up deeply hurt. And somewhere inside, your heart make a quiet decision. Getting too close hurts. You better stay just far enough to feel safe. If you have been feeling a strange, unexplained heaviness lately, especially in the quiet moments when you're alone, maybe it's time to gently ask yourself, is there a part of me that's been waiting for a chance to speak, but hasn't found the space to be heard? You don't have to rush to fix it. You don't even need to fully understand it right now. All you need to know is this. These emotions are allowed to be seen. You don't have to suppress them. You don't have to pretend everything is fine. You don't always have to be the strong one. The deep purple over purple energy reminds us that facing our vulnerability isn't weakness. It's a very real, very deep kind of courage. You can picture it like this. A dark sky that's about to rain, and you're the softest part of that cloud. You're not meant to carry all the weight. You're meant to let the rain fall, to let those feelings have a place to land. Sometimes healing doesn't come from logic. It starts with just one simple sentence. I'm not okay right now, but I'm willing to get better, little by little. Maybe from this moment on, you will begin to notice when you feel tired for no reason. That could be your subconscious quietly whispering, I have something I want to say. I'm just not sure if you're ready yet. But here is the truth. It's okay if you're not ready. What matters is you're listening, you're willing, and that right there is the beginning of healing. I will be here with you every step of the way. We will walk together gently toward somewhere lighter. Take your time. We have all the time we need. Sometimes the things we think we have forgotten are not truly gone. They are simply tucked away deep inside our heart, just like the energy of deep purple, quiet, unassuming, but always gently reminding you, you have walked that path before. You still remember those emotions, those scenes. The deep purple over purple combination is like a journey into the ocean of memory. In the stillness, we begin to touch the feelings we once buried, and from them, awaken the answers that have always belonged to us. Sometimes it takes you back to the moments when you felt alone, but kept going anyway, to the time you were lost, but didn't give up, and maybe to the morning when nothing in particular happened, but you suddenly realize, I think I have changed, just a little. I'm softer now and stronger too. Let's begin with the happiness imprint. The deep purple over purple palette symbolizes spiritual joy and emotional wisdom that blossoms from inner challenges. It's the fulfillment that comes not from external rewards, but from internal peace and breakthroughs. These imprints often emerge during meditation, creative flow, or spiritual awakening. Moments when you feel in tune with yourself, with something divine, or with the nature world. Deep purple is like the well of your soul, and purple is the soft light that rises from its depth. This kind of happiness isn't the joy of winning or achieving something material. It's the quiet exhale after surviving an emotional storm. It's the understanding that comes when you have walked through your pain, face your shadow, and finally look your soul in the eyes. And in that gaze, you feel peace, compassion, wholeness. It's the moment in a creative process, in solitude, or in stillness. When a realization surfaces, it's not through logic or words, but through intuition. You suddenly understand what I have been seeking along wasn't an answer, but a sense of reconciliation with myself. But this same color can also awaken trauma imprint. When spiritual searching lacks grounding, it can trigger self-doubt, emotional exhaustion, or a sense of disconnection. If deep purple becomes imbalanced, it may carry projections of unsolved pressure, helplessness, or past experience where you were silent or controlled. Sometimes, trauma accumulates quietly in the subconscious, like unopened letters, each carrying a message. I wasn't understood that day. I really need help, but I didn't know how to ask. Why do I keep feeling like I have to be better to deserve love? That's when we find ourselves stuck in the deep purple, unable to see the purple light that follows. But my dear, the healing power of this color is hidden there too. In the moment you finally stop, look gently at your pain, and allow yourself not to have all the answers. That's when purple begins to rise. Not to force you to just get over it, but to sit with you while you slowly open each letter. Read it, understand it, and let it go one at a time. Maybe once you try so hard in a relationship to be the mature one, because growing up, you learn that too many emotions make you difficult. And even though that relationship ended, you carry the belief, I need to be good to be loved. Until one day, in meditation, you cry. Not out of sorrow, but from relief. Because you finally realize you don't have to keep playing a role. That's when a happiness imprint is born. The deep purple over purple energy gently reminds us both trauma and happiness are born from our most honest, raw experience. It's just a matter of whether we are willing to let those wounds to become a bridge toward light instead of walls that keep us confined. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to heal everything all at once. All you need is the willingness to say one sentence to yourself. I'm worthy of being gently held by my own soul. The color combinations of deep purple over purple often symbolize the psychological way that can arise from being too deeply immersed in one's inner world or spiritual journey. When this energy becomes unbalanced, it may trigger anxiety, depression, obsessive thinking, or a tendency to escape from reality. Deep purple represents hidden emotions and secret inner force, but when unsupported, it can lead to isolation, overthinking, harsh self-criticism, and a lost sense of direction. When we lack inner grounding or real-world connection, emotional suppression and mental confusion can quietly take root, affecting both our mood stability and our ability to function in daily life. Have you ever felt like your mind was overflowing with thoughts, but your heart seemed trapped in a corner, unable to move? Like you just wanted to reflect on life, but the more you thought, the more lost you felt. That's one of the states in deep purple over purple energy can stir within the subconscious. This color pairing carries a strong introspective current. With deep purple on top, it represents the soul's deeper movements, like a well that pulls you further inward the more you descend. It gets heavier, quieter, and more likely to touch those feelings you have been avoiding and unable to speak about. The purple below, usually a vessel for intuition and spirituality, becomes unstable when it has to carry too much weight without the right support. And when this energy loses balance, your subconscious might flip a protection switch. On the surface, it looks like deep thinking, but underneath it's rumination, self-criticism, and that all too familiar spiral, the more you think, the worse you feel. In relationship, this color combination can show up as emotional overanalysis or defensive pattern based on fear. You might find yourself constantly second-guessing in love. Am I being too much? What if they leave if I open up? This habit of overthinking combined with emotional shutdown can create distance and fear of closeness, making it hard to feel safe or securely connected. What you're experiencing is inner energy that's become too concentrated and has no outlet. In psychology, this could manifest as anxiety, obsessive thinking, or depression. Energetically, it suggests that your crown chakra links to the color purple might be overactive, causing you to feel ungrounded, disconnected from reality. You may start doubting yourself, resisting the outside world, or feeling like no one truly understands you. So, what's the message here? Spiritual growth and self-reflections are beautiful and necessary, but they need to be balanced with emotional expression and human connection. Sometimes it's not that we are overthinking, but that our thoughts has no safe place to land. It's not that we're too sensitive, but that we have gotten used to swallowing our feelings. These inner psychological blocks aren't a sign that you're weak. They're signs that you have been holding on for too long and no one noticed you need a release. So right now, I would like you to ask yourself a simple question. Lately, have I been quietly stuffing my emotions down again? If the answer is maybe a little, that's okay. We can take it slow. Together, close your eyes for a moment. Give your heart some room. Don't rush to fix or explain anything. Just sit with yourself. That's enough. And always remember, Deep Purple isn't here to trap you. It's here to help you see the part of you that you have been guarding so carefully and want to be understood. There are certain personalities that resemble the ocean at night, quiet on the surface, yet stirring with deep emotions and unspoken insights beneath. The color combinations of deep purple on top, purple on bottom reflects exactly this kind of personality energy. It echoes the energy of the reverse high priestess in tarot, a symbol of an inner world not easily revealed, and the moon in astrology, the celestial body that silently absorbs and reflects the emotional tides of others. If this resonates with you, you may not enjoy crowds, yet you know how to turn solitude into poetry. You are thoughtful and perhaps a little too good at feeling. A single comment, a fleeting glance, even a long silence can ripple through your heart like a quiet storm. That's the energy imprint this colors combination may have left on your personality. A quiet soul with rich emotional depth and a contemplative presence. It's not that being extrovert is better or that being reversed is flawed. It's just that you were born more sensitive, more attuned. Maybe you're the type who stays silent in groups but notice everyone's emotional shift. You catch details others overlook. You replay words in your mind, and a dream, a painting, or a melody can stir your heart for days. You might feel a deep pull towards spirituality, art, or philosophy. Small talk doesn't appeal to you. You would rather speak about the nature of life, the complexity of feelings, the direction of the soul. You don't ask, "How have you been?" You ask, "How's that quiet voice inside you doing lately?" To be honest, carrying this kind of energy can be tiring. You feel too much, and you get lost in your own inner world. You might wonder, am I too much? Too sensitive? Too quiet? Dear, that's not a flaw, it's a gift. You sense things beyond the surface. You heard the unspoken words, even the emotions people haven't realized they are feeling yet. But this sensitivity can also place you on a kind of emotional island. You crave to be understood, yet you fear being misunderstood. You have so much emotion, yet sometimes you don't know how to express it. You worry it's too much, too heavy, too intense. Subconsciously, these color pairings might reflect an imprint where safety equals keeping a distance. Maybe you were once dismissed when expressing yourself. Maybe your openness got you hurt, so you learned to retreat, to hold back, even to shut certain part of yourself down. For example, maybe during your teenage year, you try to express a creative idea, only to be met with a cold answer that's not practical from a parent or teacher. And so the deep purple and purple left an imprint that whispered, "To survive, I must suppress how I feel." But here's the truth. This color combination doesn't want you to suppress. It wants you to integrate. When you begin to trust that your sensitivity isn't wrong, and that your emotional depth isn't the burden, you will witness a quiet transformation. Your inner whirlpool becomes a booming cosmos. You will realize people with deep feeling are more creative. Introverts often radiate the most magnetic soul energy, and those who don't speak much may say the most moving things when they do. So, give yourself more space. Let your inner moon have its tides. Trust yourself more, because your intuition and depth aren't weights to carry, they're your power. Here is a gentle reminder for those quiet, uncertain moments. Ask yourself, have I shut the door to the outside world again? Am I still trying to protect a version of me that doesn't need defending anymore? The soul of deep purple and purple will always whisper to you when you are still enough to hear it. And in that stillness, you are at your strongest. Your intuition, your creativity, your sensitivity, and your love, they all deserve to be seen and cherished by the world. Next, let's talk about the energy of positive psychology symbolized by the color combination of deep purple on top, purple on the bottom. This pairing represents a journey from deep introspection towards spiritual awakening and emotional balance. It encourages us to transform the emotional confusion and burdens of the subconscious into wisdom and strength through self-exploration. This combination enhances not only inner peace and intuition, but also helps awaken hope, resilience, and a deeper recognition of self-worth. Have you ever felt that you have been working really hard to sort yourself out, quietly making peace with things, letting go of people, but deep down you still carry a quiet sense of fatigue? That's not a sign you are doing it wrong. It's actually your inner world going through a subtle transformation. The deep purple over purple combination reflects just that. Deep purple is like the ocean of your subconscious, holding old memories, emotional waves, and words left unspoken. And purple, it resonates more with spiritual frequencies, like the moment just before you fully wake up, that half dream, half awareness state that feels weightless yet full of insight. In positive psychology, this color structure reflects the path of gradual healing from deep inner reflection toward emotional clarity and spiritual integration. It's not about forced positivity like I'm fine, I'm strong, but a deeper knowing. You have been through a lot. You have been tired, and yet you keep choosing to move forward. This energy helps us to those moments when we feel emotionally stuck, not by rushing us to find an escape, but by gently inviting us to listen. Like those people you thought you have already let go of, but still occasionally showed up in your dreams. Or the scenes that suddenly tug at long forgotten place in your heart. That's not weakness. That's your subconscious saying, hey, I'm still here. There are some feelings you haven't fully acknowledged yet. Will you come back and see me? In those moments, instead of forcing yourself to snap out of it, try pausing and saying, I'm willing to understand my emotions, not fight them. Because real positive psychology doesn't tell you to pretend nothing is wrong. It helps you stand firmly on your own side, even when things aren't perfect. It reminds you, real resilience isn't about holding it together. It's about being able to hold yourself. Deep purple symbolizes inner wisdom and strength, and the purple below it reminds you that this wisdom was never lost. It's just waiting for you to slow down and rediscover it. So if you have been feeling emotionally unsettled lately, or like your soul is in a quiet low tide, maybe it's time to ask yourself a few gentle questions. Is what I'm feeling right now an echo of an unsolved emotion from my past? Can I meet this feeling with understanding instead of judgment? Can I offer myself a little more patience? This is the energy of deep purple over purple. It's not flashy and it doesn't shout out, but it's steady. It walks beside you in the quiet night, helping you slowly glow into your own light. Now we come to value system development. The color combination of deep purple on top, purple on the bottom symbolizes the journey of rebuilding one's core value, starting from inner wisdom and moving through self-reflections and spiritual awakening. It encourages us to face the beliefs rooted in our subconscious, as well as repressed emotions, to gradually develop a value system based on empathy, self-discipline, and inner alignment. Whether from a culture, artistic, energetic, or psychological lens, this pairing guides us to turn spiritual insight into grounded daily practices, creating a value system that is more stable, meaningful, and truly aligned with our inner needs. Sometimes we think we are feeling lost because we have strayed from our path. But really, the confusions we experience is a sign that our internal values are in the process of updating, like an old system running out of steam, gently nudging us. It's time to reset your inner programming. The deep purple over purple color combination feels like a quiet signal from the soul, whispering to us in the stillness of night. The deep purple represents accumulated wisdom, past experience, and even outdated beliefs. The purple below is the emergent clarity and inspiration, which is your soul's subtle call to live more authentically. It's not the energy of I must find the right answer, but rather, I want to live closer to who I really am. Sometimes we ask ourselves, is what I'm doing truly right? But what we're really asking isn't whether it's right by society's standards or someone else's expectations. It's whether it feels true to what we believe deep down. This color combination holds the energy of a slowly awakening inner voice. Deep purple symbolizes the long, quiet thought process born from pain, struggle, and doubt. Purple, meanwhile, is like a gentle light from your soul, saying, you are finding your way back to your real values, even though the mess. I remember facing the end of a relationship, and I asked myself, should I try to fix this? My mind said, don't lower your pride. But there was a softer voice inside me saying, your worth isn't defined by how strong or calm you appear, but by whether you are willing to honestly face what you really need. That's when I realized I had mistaken never showing weakness as a value, when what I truly craved was authenticity. This is what Deep Purple over Purple teach us. True values aren't what others tell you are good or strong. They are what you discover for yourself, moment by moment, through your emotional experience. This color combination also brings a subconscious signal. When you begin to question the standard you used to follow and start asking, how do I want to live? You're not lost, you're growing. Because only those brave enough to unpack outdated beliefs can reveal a value system that truly honors the soul. Inside each of us is a little value scriptwriter, constantly writing our beliefs based on our past experience, traumas, and moments of insight. Things like, I should be strong, I must not fail, I need to be lovable. But today, I invite you to gently flip through some of those scripts. Ask yourself, is the way I'm living now a conscious choice or just what I was taught to do? Are there values I have been holding on to that are actually making me tired? If I could choose again, what kind of beliefs would I want to guide my life? Remember, your values aren't fixed in stone. They can evolve. They should evolve. Through self-dialogue, they grow with you. And I hope that with every choice you make, you come a little closer to that truest version of yourself. That you create a life that not only others admire, but one that you feel is steady, comfortable, and worth living. If you are ready, you can even write down a belief that belongs to you, like I give myself permission to live at a rhythm that feels different from others. And I trust that this is the natural pace of my soul. And from that belief, together, let's grow new roots. Next, let's talk about inner growth. The core combination of deep purple on top, purple on bottom symbolizes a journey of transformations from the depths of the subconscious toward clearer awareness. It represents a process of self-healing that involves facing one's shadow, releasing emotional suppression, and rebuilding inner order. This energy encourages growth through meditations, self-reflections, and intuitive practice, helping spiritual insight become grounded action in daily life. It's a path of transformation, moving from confusion to clarity, from emotional entanglement to inner stability. Sometimes we say things like, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm slowly becoming different lately. That change might not be dramatic or obvious, but you can feel something gently shifting inside. Not because something big happened externally, but because you're starting to notice and listen to the voice within you. The energy of deep purple over purple feels like a quiet awakening. It's not loud or flashy, but it runs deep. The deep purple above represents those unspoken feelings in the subconscious, resentment, confusion, maybe even old wounds, quietly tucked away in your heart. The purple below is like a soft light emerging from the shadow, gently reminding you, maybe now it's the time to come out. What I want you to know is, inner growth isn't something you learn. It's something you slowly become willing to face. Willing to face your vulnerability, willing to let go of the pressure to be perfect. It's a shift from asking, why am I still like this? To gently saying, it's okay, I'm taking my time. In emotional relationship, the deep purple over purple combination suggests that love is a mirror. Every relationship becomes an opportunity to understand ourselves better. Through relationship, we discover the parts of us that still need healing. Here's an example. You might feel unexpectedly hurt or angered by something your partner says. But when you pause and look back, you realize you weren't mad at them. That one sentence triggered an emotional wound from childhood, a moment when you felt overlooked. That's inner growth, uncomfortably, sometimes messy, filled with back and forth and uncertainty. But please remember, those uncomfortable feelings don't mean you are falling apart. They mean you are releasing what's been buried for too long. So you have been feeling like a lot of emotion are bubbling up lately, or you are no longer able to force yourself through certain situations or people. Please know that it doesn't mean you have gotten weaker. It means you have gotten more honest. This color combination reminds us that real strength isn't about perfection. It's about being honest with your imperfections and gently walking with yourself through each phase of transformations. You don't have to become instantly awakened or strong. All you need is this. Every day, just move a little closer to your truest self. That alone is more than enough. The color combinations of deep purple on top, purple on bottom symbolize a collective yearning of spirituality, mystical wisdom, and transformative power within the culture subconscious. Deep purple carries the energy of exploring the unknown and divining into the depth of the subconscious. Purple, on the other hand, points towards spiritual awakening and shared hope. Together, this color awakens a collective emotional resonance that has echoed through religion, art, mythology, and our relationship with nature. Reinforcing shared values like emotional depth, spiritual growth, and collective transformation. Have you ever felt unexpectedly moved? Perhaps doing a ritual you have never seen before, or while hearing an ancient melody for the first time. That moment where your eyes welled up or your chest quietly warmed, even though the event had nothing to do with you personally. That stirring likely came from somewhere deep within your soul, a place beyond words. That's the kind of energy deep purple over purple represents. A quiet current that connects you to the shared soul of humanity. It doesn't demand your attention. It simply surrounds you with quiet power, like stepping into an ancient temple long untouched, where you haven't even spoken yet. And still, the sacred atmosphere begins to calm your restless heart. Deep purple speaks to the most ancient layered memories held in the collective subconscious. It may come from mythology, from the prayer of ancient civilization, or the spiritual resilience humans turn to when facing darkness and death. And the purple below, that's the surviving light of that belief, the sacred warmth carried forward through religion, music, art, and the nature world. Purple becomes a spiritual language, a balm for the soul, a temperature within culture that comforts and connects. You can imagine these color combinations as two rivers, one flowing from the deep past, the other carrying hope toward the future. And we are like small boats where these rivers meet, carrying the grief and wisdom of our ancestors while also searching for peace in a noisy modern world. Many of our personal choices are shaped not only by our upbringing, but also by the subconscious influence of culture. Our ideas of family, success, or even how open we are to spirituality are all shaped by this culture imprints. And this deep purple over purple energy gently reminds us, if you ever feel misunderstood, lonely, or lost in your direction, it may not be just your personal struggle. It could be the result of a larger collective transformation that we're all going through together. So right now, give yourself a little space. Ask yourself, is there a belief I carry that might not even be mine, but something society passed down to me? Is there a part of me that longs for something spiritual, but feels like I'm not allowed to want it? If so, don't rush to push it away. That longing may be the collective subconscious waking up through you. And I want to leave you with this truth. You are not alone in this feeling. We are all slowly awakening from old belief system, learning to turn ancestral wisdom and cultural memory into something new, some new values, new love, new way of connecting. The energy of deep purple and purple isn't a burden, it's a bridge, one that leads you from an island of inner isolation back to the shared home of the soul. You are not a separate lost individual, you are light, quietly preparing to rise within a global spiritual community. This color combination symbolizes the process of drawing inspiration from deep inner emotions and intuition, awaken creative energy through stillness, meditations, or spiritual practice. Deep purple represents the wisdom of the subconscious and emotional depth, while purple symbolizes the release of creativity and the transformation of spirit. The energetic flow from deep purple to purple mirrors the path of subconscious messages rising into conscious awareness. It supports creators in transforming their reflections and spiritual sensations into philosophical, healing, or poetic expressions. So let me ask you, when was the last time you create something just for yourself? Not for an audience, not to finish a project, not to gain praise, but simply to give your inner voice a place to breathe. A feeling, a memory, an image. Once you allow yourself to express it, it becomes a key to your inner answer. This deep purple over purple combination feels like a quiet, gentle space. It doesn't push you to produce results. It simply invites you to return to the deepest part of yourself and listen to the voice you often ignored. Deep purple is the stillest yet most powerful corner of your subconscious. It may hold emotions you have never voiced, stories you haven't mourned. This feeling may seem heavy at first, but once you acknowledge and welcome them, they begin to shift into intuition, into inspirations, into a spark of creativity. From there, the energy slowly flows into the purple, like an outlet for your soul. Have you ever had a moment like this? A quiet afternoon, just watch clouds drift by, and suddenly something in your heart's open. You feel the urge to draw to white, not for anyone else, but because something within you is ready to move. Creation doesn't always begin with outer stimulation. Often it's born from the moment you return to yourself, just as deep purple leads you into the quiet night of the soul. Purple gently stirs the light of morning within you, awakening inspiration in its softest form. Right now, I want to invite you to close your eyes. Can you feel something gently sprouting inside you? A story left untold, a melody tucked away in your heart. Maybe they're still raw, still fragile, but they're beginning to glow from within. Please trust that these quiet sensations are your creative seeds. There is no need to rush them into bloom. All they need is a little space and breathe. And in time, they will become a light uniquely your own. Creation is a tender dialogue with the soul, and this deep purple over purple energy is the sacred language that holds space for that. Here, emotions transform into words, memories become color, and you will rediscover that you have always carried an infinity creative power within you. When we talk about the color combination of deep purple on top and purple on bottom, we are really stepping into one of the soul's most intimate journeys. It's more than just a layered visual, it's like a staircase of energy that moves upward from the emotional depth of the subconscious, slowly rising into spiritual awakening and intuitive clarity. This energetic flow mirrors the symbolic meaning found in both the reversed High Priestess card in tarot and the influence of the moon in astrology. The High Priestess represents intuition, mystery, inner knowledge, and the subconscious. When reversed, it often points to disconnect from our inner world. Perhaps past wounds have taught us to suppress our feelings, or maybe we have grown used to ignoring our true emotions and needs under pressure to be rational or to meet external expectations. This is exactly what deep purple symbolizes: emotional suppression, unprocessed shadow, and a loss of trust in our own intuition. And when we stop hearing our inner voice, it becomes easy to feel emotionally lost, uncertain, or distant from the intimacy we long for. In astrology, the moon governs our emotional response, subconscious memory, and sense of safety. It speaks to our need to feel understood and emotionally held. When lunar energy is out of balance, it can leave us feeling overly sensitive, unstable, or doubtful of our worthiness to be loved. That's the essence of purple, the yearning for spiritual connection and the emotional sensitivity that comes with it. It receives the weight of deep purple and transforms it into a gateway toward clarity. This deep purple over purple combination serves as an emotional and spiritual passageway. It gives us a chance to see the hidden parts of ourselves, to soften the weight of suppression, and to re-establish connection to our intuition and inner wisdom. It's not an easy path, because to walk it means revisiting old wounds, past heartbreak, and vulnerable question of whether we are truly lovable. But through that honest exploration and acceptance, we gradually move toward a calm, grounded, and emotionally mature self. This color pairing is like a moonlit bridge cutting through the night sky, reminding us that the true spiritual awakening isn't about escaping emotion. It's about walking into the shadow, holding space for our discomfort, and finally listen to what we have longed for all along. The reversed High Priestess teaches us to recognize the signals we have ignored, while the moon encourages us to care for the quiet, unspoken needs of our inner self. The core message of this card is clear. Don't suppress it anymore. Don't doubt yourself. Every emotion, every intuition, every past wound and buried desires is actually a map, pointing you back to your real power. In this space where deep purple meets purple, we don't just learn to observe ourselves, we learn to embrace ourselves with softness and unwavering strength. In our next episode, we will continue exploring deeper topics around self-awareness and emotional evolution. Gratitude to the universe. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share so more people can discover the magic and meaning of color, intuition, and soul connection. Until next time. Yahoo!